Michael Burry is on the move again, and if you've been tracking his portfolio, you would have found that the latest SEC 13F filing at the end of the June quarter reveals that he sold his entire portfolio except this one little herd of stock called Geo Group, stock ticker GEO. So what is Geo Group, and more importantly, why is Michael Burry selling all of his positions again? Does he know something that other investors don't know? Is he predicting another market crash from the latest rally? Was this just a bear market rally, and are we headed for a deeper rundown of the stock market? In this video, I'm going to lay out some really important facts that will help you as an investor make the most informed decisions for your portfolio. And if you like this content or find it helpful at all I ask is that you hit the like button and comment below with any thoughts that you have about Michael Burry's latest positions. So first, if you don't know who Michael Burry is an American investor and hedge fund manager best known for correctly predicting the subprime mortgage crisis in 2008 when he made a large bet against the housing market. And as a result of his successful bet, they made a movie out of his story. The movie The Big Short was released in 2015. Michael Burry, the man who predicted an impending economic collapse in 2007, has continued to sound the alarms. And with the market crashing at the first half of this year, many investors are paying close attention to what Michael Burry has to say. But before we talk about Michael Burry's predictions, let's talk briefly about the stock that he's invested in and the stocks that he's sold. First, the only stock that he's invested in right now, the Geo Group, stock ticker GEO, is essentially the world's second largest private prison company. This real estate investment trust invests in private prisons and mental facilities in North America, Australia, South Africa, and the UK. The US accounts for nearly 90% of the company's revenues. The group operates over 100 private prisons and mental health facilities. Further, GEO also offers educational programs and vocational training designed to support offenders' public rehabilitation. So what did Michael Burry sell? I actually covered everything that he bought just in the last quarter in one of my previous videos. You can find the link below for that video. But essentially, this means that Dr. Burry sold everything he owned from just the last quarter. This includes Warner Brothers Discovery, stock ticker WBD, Meta Platforms, stock ticker Meta, and Alphabet, stock ticker GOOG. Now keep in mind, Michael Burry disclosed he bought a huge amount of put options in Apple last quarter, which is essentially betting against Apple. And since his bet against Apple, Apple stock has actually gone up over 18% in the last few months. Now, if you don't know what put options are, put options usually act like an insurance, but it is also a way to bet against a stock. However, because you always have to pay for or buy the put option, the stock would actually have to move down by a good amount before you start to make some kind of return on your put position. So here are my thoughts on Michael Burry and all of his latest positions. Many people have heard of Michael Burry because of his successful prediction of the subprime mortgage crisis in 2008. What brought him even more fame was the movie The Big Short that put him in the spotlight. Hollywood made him almost into this hero of the financial markets. But what most people don't know is Michael Burry was actually funded and raised through a pretty wealthy family and circle. He had opportunities that most people like you and I would never have. The capital, the resources, the connections, the people who know people that have access to the best information, or sometimes information that's hard for most people to get their hands on. And keep in mind too that in 2008, when Michael Burry made a lot of money from the subprime mortgage crisis, he was making a bet against the housing market. He wasn't amazing or extraordinary with picking stocks or investing in the best possible companies. Yet people and retail investors follow his investments to see what stocks they should buy. So here's the reality of 13F filings and hedge funds. The reality is that hedge funds and institutions file every quarter to disclose their position in stocks, but they're only required to disclose if they purchased or sold shares of a company. However, what they're not required to disclose is their options positions. which makes me wonder why Michael Burry wanted people to know the number of put options he had bought in Apple last quarter. Who knows what Scion Capital is actually doing behind the scenes? They could be selling put options, they could be collecting lots of premium for if certain companies move downwards with their over $600 million in funds. I don't know. What I do know is if I even had a fraction of that amount of money, I would simply be selling put options far out to collect premium on stocks that I would not mind owning right now. But the truth is, hedge funds think and behave completely differently from the retail investor. And it's impossible to really understand why Michael Burry makes certain moves. But what we do know is that Michael Burry can't predict what stocks will do, and neither can anyone else. So the important thing is to stick to your strategy and game plan. Don't deviate from your course because of what Michael Burry is doing. So what do you think about Michael Burry's latest bet? Comment below with a yes or no if you think another market crash is coming. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to follow me for more tips on finance, stocks, and investing, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you around in the next video.
With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend this time in your head.